It's that way. Hey Ben, how's your day?
Happy Cinco de Mayo. You know what the day after Cinco de Mayo is?
The Seis of de Mayo?
Cinco de Mayo, when I was back in the day, because the place would be a mess after the day after the party. They party hard in California. Luckily, we're limited to Mexican food for dinner, home cooked by Carla.
So what? Cinco de Mayo is the celebration of what they kicked out what was it? They kicked out the French.
So basically, yeah, the French came in and had a fight with the Mexicans and or was it the Spanish? I don't know. Were they Spanish or Mexicans? Basically, Mexican was created because the Spanish got with the Indians, right? They were all Indians that were there. Then the Spanish got with the Indians and then became Spanish Indians and then
became Mexicans.
Basically, it sounds like how whole Latin America was created because they were Indians. And then the Spaniards back then, the Spaniards like ruled.
They roamed. They were the predominant force.
So anyway, they went everywhere and conquered and mixed in and all that. Anyway, but the French somehow got over there in California. Hey, we want some of
we need some of this space.
Yeah, have Spain taking over the whole goddamn planet. So the French, I guess, went over to that part of California, Mexico, and fought the Mexicans. But I don't know.
But they won. And that's what they celebrate Cinco de Mayo for.
If the Mexicans made peace with the French, I think, and then they all would have got along great together. And then I think it would be a better place today. I'm sorry to say, but that's my opinion. If we had to do the French Mexican, we would be okay.
Mexican.
We wouldn't have so many problems because the French, they don't fool around. Okay, what do we got here?
Well, first of all, I'm going to take this hat off because
happy Cinco de Mayo.
Happy Cinco de Mayo.
I hope you enjoyed us looking like cuckoos.
The fact that my dad has these hats in his house.
Shit, every real Mexican's got these hats. Let me tell you, the first thing when we got married, the first thing we had to do was go to the flea market and buy some Mexican hats to have for the house when Carla moved in. Nope, this house needs Mexican house. Mexican hats
everywhere.
Went right down to San Jose flea market
and 2 flags.
We bought them. And we used to shop at the flea market. I swear to God.
Didn't everybody? I mean, everybody started off at the flea market.
That was a big deal to go to the flea market. And the Mexicans, they go all out in San Jose, man. They had food, they had bands playing, people dancing.
Oh, it's like a party. Yeah, it's a party.
And all these people selling stuff, and that was a big deal. Hey, you take me to the flea market. That was the fun you had when you got a lot of money, and that's what
you walk around and you buy little things, but it was cool.
Except
and Vincent used to buy,
One time, is Vincent around? Vincent didn't want to link in.
He's driving. He said he was driving. That's unsafe.
Listen, I've seen how he drives. You can't drive any worse than he already drives. Getting in a car with him is almost as bad as getting in a car with my wife. It's about the same. It's like you're getting on a freaking roller coaster at the goddamn Grand Flags. Because it's crazy.
6 Flags.
Anyway, Vincent takes me to flea market. I don't know. He was about 5 years old or something like that. And you were right along with us. How old you were? About what?
I mean, if he was 7 years older, so
12, maybe, whatever he was, 3, 4. Anyway, we go to the flea market in Oakland that time. It was where we had the movie theater. You go to drive-in movie theater, and then they turned it into a flea market during the day.
Right. I remember.
Anyway, we went to both. We went to the flea market, and then the flea market, went to the drive-in movie. That's what we did in Oakland.
It was good.
So anyway, he takes us to the flea market, and because that's what you do with your kids. You don't have to buy shit. You just let them look at shit and let them think about what you might get them if they act right. So we go to the flea market. Vincent, the guy's got a whole bunch of baby chicks. Oh my God. How I let him con me in. And the guy, he wants to get rid of these things. These things have no use. And he was like $1 a piece. And he gives me like 3 of them. And I only paid for like 2. And here I am coming home I would live in a little apartment, and the chicks would not shut the hell up. Everything. No cage. It was a box.
Oh, yeah.
It was like a Corona box you put him in with some hair strands over. He gave it to me. You take them home. These things won't shut the hell up. And then I had to put him in a goddamn, I said, I got to get him out of the house to drive me nuts. I put him in a fucking storage room, which is all the way across the side of the building. You remember in the front where I put that safe in with the slot?
Right.
So, I put him in a fucking storage, but then I figured, oh, fuck, might get too cold in here and it might die. And then I just said, you know what? We're going back to the goddamn flea market and give his fucking chicks back. Keep the goddamn money. I mean, you don't remember that? Probably,
I don't remember the chickens.
Anyways,
I remember
3 chicks. Anyway, that's the story.
I remember ducks.
Here we are. We got some mail.
Oh, yeah, we got some mail.
And the way I used to take my kids to the park, okay, I had no money. I'd take them to the park, Lake Merritt, around the lake.
Yeah, I remember the ducks.
And they had a bird sanctuary. And then I would get a loaf of bread. Because you can go to the day-old store and you get a loaf of bread for about like 50 cents back then.
Super cheap.
You know, I get a couple of loaves of bread. We take him and Vincent over to the park. And I'd throw bread up in the air and show them how the seagulls will swoop down all kinds of birds and catch it in the air. And they love that shit. They'd throw the bread in the air. The bird would swoop down and get it. And we'd throw a bunch and we try to make the bird crash. And that's what we did.
Right. I remember, and we throw it to the ducks, and the ducks would eat it, and the birds would steal it from the ducks, and it was nice.
Yeah, we had a good time.
Fucking
with the birds.
And we used to do it for like $1, $2. Yeah.
And we brought this big wheel.
Right.
And that's the way you entertain your kids. You ain't got no goddamn money.
We go to the parks. I remember that.
Couple loaves of bread and, get an ice cream, and you're done. All right. So what the hell is this now?
We got this in the office. Oh, my God. You're spilling. And anyway, we got this in the office today. This is from one of our fans.
Josh Daniels.
One of our fans. Shout out to Josh Daniels. I talked to him today. So, I mean, basically what happened was this guy, reported somebody, trying to falsify, trying to say that they were my father and an imposter. Yeah, there you go.
I'm telling everybody right now, this guy
got evidence.
All you got to do is go to benmail.com, get a hold of Rafal and verify it. All right, it's not me. I don't do WhatsApp. I'm not pushing some kind of coin.
We don't do crypto.
We don't. He sent me all these messages of him and the guy conversating back and forth. He must have spent a fortune at Walmart. Photo. I mean, what's his name again?
Josh.
Josh, are you cuckoo? All right, you expect me to read all this goddamn shit? Listen. If the only way you're going to get through to me is go to benmal.com, talk to Rafal, do a consult with Ben, get me on the phone. Everything else is bullshit.
Yeah,
right?
you guys
on Instagram and Twitter, but it's not me. All right, there's a lot of fraud, there's a lot of scammers out there. Okay, I'm not even gonna. I already read the letter, kind of, and blah blah blah. Blah 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 blah. You got scammed. I hope you didn't get a guy no goddamn money.
No, he didn't. He didn't give him no money. I talked to him.
Wasted a lot of your goddamn time. Is this mic working?
Yeah, you're good.
Wasting your goddamn time because I can't hear. I think I'm going deaf. My knee won't heal up, and I'm starting to not see as good as I used to. Can you get laser twice?
Yeah,
I had laser once. Like
I think you can get it twice.
5 years ago.
My wife had it twice. Matter of fact, yeah, you can get it twice.
All right. Anyway,
listen, you guys.
Don't listen to scammers. I don't do Facebook a lot. Listen, the only way you're going to communicate with me is benmail.com, consult with Ben. That's it. Otherwise, it's all bullshit.
We're not out here soliciting for anybody, okay? We're not asking to do no partnership agreements. We're not taking no funds from nobody. We're not doing no courses. Ain't doing shit right now.
Oh, you thought it was you.
He thought it was me because of, I dabble a little bit in crypto, but that's not, we don't do anything. We don't solicit anything. We're not looking for anything, besides Twitter.
This ain't one of your buy my course channels and all that bullshit.
Yeah, we don't do that.
It's just us trying to help you. All right, you got any chats? Chatty?
Super chat.
Yeah. So thank you, Derek. I have a hotel in Indianapolis. I'm trying to buy, but I'm not sure how to value it. It's 70
We're doing
rooms.
a call or a chat?
Okay. It's 70 rooms in a good area, asking $4.4 million. Gross income is $1.4 million. Currently a franchise that's transferable. What do you think of rough
pencil and
value?
paper for this shit? Listen, seriously, you're talking about some serious shit now. You want to buy a hotel in Indiana? So far, the price sounds good to me. The income sounds good to me. But you need to go to Ben Mullet, consult with Ben, and we need to sit down and have a 15-minute conversation because I can tell you everything you want to know, and ask you and talk to you about on buying. You talk about a $5 million deal. You can't give Rafal a couple of $100 to talk to me about a $5 million deal. I spent $1,500 today doing an inspection on a 5,000 square foot medical office building. Okay, why? Because I knew the inspector is going to know his shit and tell me and better that job than I do. That's what he does every day. So I would definitely get a hold of me. It sounds like a good deal. I don't know Indianapolis, but it's all about the numbers. Is there a flag? I can sit here right now and ask you 20 million questions, but everybody don't want to hear about it. Get a hold of me. It sounds like a good deal. And now's a good time to get back in the hotel market.
And we got a caller.
Hello, Ben.
Hey.
Yes.
Yes, this is Mark. I had a question for you. I'm up in the Boston area, and it's like
Paulie, we got a call from the Bronx.
No, Boston.
I mean,
Yeah, Boston. What part of
You
Boston?
can listen on your phone, Paulie.
What part of Boston?
Cambridge. Cambridge.
Cambridge.
Yeah, right there, right,
Cambridge.
Paulie's from the lousy part, Lawrence or some shit.
Forget Lawrence.
He said Harvard? That's
Forget
Harvard.
You're a
Lawrence.
Harvard
man.
No. But listen, it's like, Ben, it's almost impossible for me to get any property right now. It's like I can't do nothing. It's
All
like,
of us.
It's like I bid something and someone overbids me. What would you? I was thinking of doing triple net lease out of state, but I'm nervous about that. What's your take on that? If I did something out of state, triple net lease,
it depends.
Because it
depends.
Yeah.
Number one, you don't want to buy a shit location. Okay. Number two, you want a good, strong tenant.
Yeah.
You want a tenant that you ain't got to worry about. Okay. Like a franchise, big name. Somebody trades on the stock exchange, Starbucks, anybody like that. You know, there's a million things. You know, strong tenant, good neighborhood, long lease, and you have no responsibilities. You might get away being responsible for the roof. If the roof is new, it helps the cap rate. You might get away with the AC. I don't know. But you got no responsibilities. Single tenant, you ain't got to clean it. You ain't got to fix it. You ain't got to do shit. And they pay the property taxes. They pay the insurance and everything. So I just bought a Lowe's in where?
Tennessee. Knoxville.
I only been in Tennessee twice in my life. Once was Jimmy Hart, and now I bought a Lowe's there. You know why? Because Lowe's don't want me around.
Mm-hmm. How was the cap rate? What type of cap rate
you know, I got it back when it was a good cap rate. You know, right now, if you can find a good, strong 6, you're doing good. You know, it depends on what you can borrow money at. It all depends on what you can borrow money at that's going to determine your return. They're only paying you 6%. Well, if you got to pay the fucking bank 6%, there ain't no point in doing it. You're not making no spread, that much of a spread. I mean, you're not making any spread, I don't think. So the point is, right now, if you find deals that you're willing to buy in your own neighborhood, then you got to get a little more tricky or aggressive. You know, work with the listing agent. Let me tell you something about agents, okay? The listing agent has a choice. He's either going to make $20,000 or $50,000 or whatever the commission is, okay? If he works with you, or if he takes on another broker's offer, he's going to get 25. What would you rather get, 25 or 50?
No, of course, the 50, but, you know, I mean, it just depends on the broker.
It's all about terms. I saved $200,000 today on a medical office building. You know why? I beat another guy out for $200,000 because my terms were better. That was 10% of the goddamn purchase price. So, you know, the terms, you got quick cash, you're going to do quick due diligence. You know, what are you going to do to get the deal? You know, you're going to make it painless for the guy, no financial contingency.
I'm just playing. It's hard though.
It's hard. I mean, Ben, listen, right now is the worst time I've ever seen in my entire. How old am I? 30 plus years in real estate. 35. Okay, this is probably the worst time I've ever seen real estate. Okay, because I mean,
I'm in that.
I got blamed today. I had an agent, a real estate agent, blame me because the price is so high in Tampa. He said because of my big mouth. I'm telling everybody how great fucking Tampa is. Now the price of Tampa is the same price of California.
The roof.
Ben, I came down there
You're in New York.
Week.
You're always going to be fucked.
No, last week I came down with my family. I never been to Clearwater, and I took my grandson and my wife came down, and it was fabulous. I love Clearwater. I went to go see the Red Sox.
Where'd you stay?
I stayed one night.
Where did you stay?
I stayed one night in your place. One night because we had a late flight.
Which place?
And we came.
That's the problem. New Yorkers, they can't.
You're a New Yorker.
Whatever, Boston.
I'm from Boston.
I keep thinking you said the Bronx. You said Boston. I can't hear anymore. Boston,
no, I gave you a nice visit.
Listen, you know what?
Ben, I gave you one night.
Most people that make it in New York, the real pain in the ass is go to Boston. Listen, what hotel did you stay in? It's like fucking pulling teeth. I stayed at your hotel for one night.
Which one? Which one? The name of it. What's the name of it?
Fucking Boston people.
The Clearwater Beach.
The Clearwater Beach.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very
much.
Night. One night.
I stayed there one night. And then I went to the Hilton.
You really wanted to stick it to me, didn't you? You just wanted to stick that goddamn knife in me. But you know what? How much did you fucking pay at the Hilton? How much did you pay at the Hilton?
It was expensive.
How much?
I paid $6.
$600 a night. How much at the Clearwater Beach Hotel?
It was 176.
79.
176.
I could
something
house
like that.
let me tell you something. I could put 3 families in a hotel on the beach compared to 1 family at the Hilton Performance Score. I care about people. I like to keep it affordable. I'm sorry it's not the fanciest place in town.
No, listen.
We got a putt green going in.
It's a nice location.
Oh yeah, you're gonna get a bill. I just dropped.
I know. I saw that. You wrote it out of the wrong account.
Whatever. All right, you write it. So $5,000 for a putt green at Clearwater Beach Hotel. All right. Well, thanks a lot. Good luck to you. And adios.
Hey, look who we got. Look who we got. Hey, thank you for calling. Thank you.
All right, Ben. Thank you. All right.
Appreciate it. Look at that.
All right. We got 3 sons in the house. 3 sons in the house.
Hey.
Extra large.
He's got his GM shirt on.
Medium.
That's right, because I just got off of work. What y'all been doing? Playing at the house with each other?
Yeah, we just fooling around over here.
Fooling around over here.
Let me tell you something. If we didn't work, you wouldn't have a job.
That's pretty true.
Listen, you got an inspection tomorrow or what?
Because I'd be on unemployment.
Let me tell you something. We're in big trouble. Our whole deal going through right now is all rested on Vincent's
hands.
Oh my God, are we in trouble?
And I'm looking for margarita mix. And I'm looking for margarita mix right now.
Where
you need to find. It looks like he's in his house.
Why not just Instacart it like you do everything else?
Oh yeah, why not just Uber Eats the best taco place I can find with the best freaking margaritas?
I did that last night.
All right, so what's going on? Anything to report? I sent you a shopping center to look at somewhere in your neighborhood.
Shopping center. I haven't looked at my email all freaking day.
Okay? He probably went out to West Palm Beach. I sent him on.
I haven't stopped walking around.
Pre-inspection, making sure everything's ready.
Or hiding everything. No, I'm just kidding. I don't say that. All right, very good. What do you got, Aaron?
Well, I got some super chats. Jordan, appreciate the $5.
Show us that big old boat.
If I move out of my primary residence and rent it out, do I have to refi my current mortgage loan?
I'm sorry. Repeat the question. Your brother was talking here, being very rude.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's on the
he's so nosy.
If I move out of my primary residence and rent it out, do I have to refi my current mortgage loan since it would no longer be my primary residence?
No. Okay. I mean, FHA has rules and requirements. You're supposed to live it in 1 year. I think VA does too. But, I mean, if you owe the bank the money and you want to move out, as long as you're paying your mortgage, you're not violating, to my knowledge, and you signed up. They can't force you to live somewhere. This ain't Russia. So you can move out of your house and keep paying the mortgage. The bank wants their money. As long as you pay the bank their money, they're happy.
If his loan covenants say that it has has to be his primary primary residence, maybe he got a special. Maybe he got a special deal. No,
as long as you pay that money, you should be fine. Okay, rent that sucker out, cash flow, and go live with mommy and for nothing. I don't know, whatever you want to do, but to my knowledge, you don't have to worry about anything. You can as long as you pay that mortgage, you can live there. You can not live there. You can live happily ever after. What else you got?
Byron, how come in your videos you don't include fix-up or closing costs in your cash-on-cash return? And did Ben Jr. sell his fourplex in Sebring?
Fix-up and closing costs. Listen, if I got to worry about closing costs, closing costs are closing costs. All right? A lot of the times you get a credit on the damn thing when you're buying it anyway for the taxes or whatever. I don't know. I don't worry about closing costs, and the properties that we buy pay for the fix-up.
That's right.
Okay? Happy went out and spent millions of dollars fixing up a hotel, but I don't remember little Ben asking me for no damn money. I said, Ben, how'd you fix the property up with no money? I used the cash flow for the property.
That's it. And when the portfolio gets large enough, then you can allocate cash flow from one property to another that's not doing well. And so that's how we survived, through everything is having strong assets.
All right.
So
tell us about Sebring.
Sebring. Oh, here we go. Everybody's listening. Here we go.
Sale pitch.
We got a 96 fourplex in sale right now in Sebring, NOI of about $25K, and it could be yours today for $400,000.
I'd make sure you verify all the numbers. I want to see the income expense report.
I can break the numbers down for you right now.
I want to see that. You got Section 8 contracts?
Right now. I got 2 Section 8 contracts.
I want to see them. I want copies of all leases. I got rent rolls.
I got leases for you. I
want to see it all.
So you can see it all.
How much?
$27.80 a month. That's what the rent roll says right now. That's what it's bringing in.
So you're NOIing 24 out of that? Bullshit.
Yeah, out of 33.6, I got $150 for the landscaping.
If somebody wants to buy it, what do they got to do to get a hold of Ralph?
Yeah, you get hold of Ralph. He'll send it over to me. me, or you know, we're on some groups on Facebook right now.
Put together, send Raphael your email, and I'll tell you one thing: do not buy it unless you go there. And make sure you see.
Yeah, you got to go there.
The pool hall.
What pool hall? It burned it. I mean, it burned down.
Pool hall burned down.
We took care of that situation. We gentrified the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Hey,
It's funny how that fire happened right after you bought. Right. What?
Hey, we have a caller.
Oh, we didn't know we had a caller. Why you put a
Just letting
caller
you finish,
on?
but he jumped in. So
Yeah, hey, jump out for a minute. Anyway, the point is this. It's very peculiar, and I'm not accusing anything, but as soon as you bought that building, the only place that people hung out in that neighborhood and made it kind of cuckoo was the pool hall, and then it had a big fire. I don't know. I wasn't there. All right, caller, what do you got?
Hey, Ben. My name's Michael. I talked to you earlier in the year. I'm that 23-year-old. I got the student housing. Remember anything about that?
All right, you're 23 years old, and you did what with student housing?
I just closed on my 13th unit this year for student housing.
13th unit at 23 years old. Holy shit.
That's right.
That's great, man. That's great. So what do you got? What's up? Tell us.
All right. So I got, I'm just calling to tell you, you know, I started listening to your podcast 14 months ago. You got me pumped up, and I started getting out there, finding the financing, and now I'm, 13 houses into it. My average cash on cash is like 34%. And I'm home free. I'm killing it. And now I've got other real estate deals. I helped a family member facilitate a 9-figure 1031 exchange this year. And now that's what I'm doing full time.
Hey, that's great. The thing is, you got to understand something. You're on a roll, okay? And you can't stop that roll. You cannot slow your roll. All right, you got to at 23 years old, you got to go fucking gangbusters, and you got to take on every fucking deal that you know is gonna be successful. It sounds like you really know what the hell you're doing. All right, when I was your age, I'm telling you, eat it all. Everything you can, every deal you can put together is gonna make you money. Do it now, so when you're 40 years old, you ain't gonna worry about this shit.
You found something that works. And if you find something that works, the goal is not like, oh, I found something that works. I made some money and I'm good. No, keep doing that. Keep going. If you found it works once, then you found it. Hey, Paulie, if you found it works once, twice, 3 times, 10 times, you could do 13 units can turn into 130 units, can turn into 1,000 units, so just keep going forward.
To thank us, basically, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
And we appreciate it.
I'm glad we helped you. Because now you got a whole
I got
making money.
Yeah, well, I actually got one more thing for you guys. I want to know what you think about it if you're interested. So I got in this process. I got in pretty good with a group of developers, and they've been around for 40 years. They're actually in the Southeast, and this 1031 is on a 800 units in Tampa, and so this is their track record for the past 40 years. They've never gone belly up on any of these deals. They give you an 8% preferred return and a 2.5 to 2.8, sometimes upward of 3 equity multiple within 3 to 4 years.
Listen, all that shit, I know all about all that stuff. No offense, okay? The point is this. You want to put your money in their hands or you want to keep it in your own hands? If you want to take a risk with them for 8%, I get offers all the time. You could buy Starwood stock and get a 10% return. Big shots to know what the hell they're doing. So, I mean, how's it going to benefit you?
Well, no. Yeah, I know. Because it has nothing to benefit me. I just didn't know. I know you know about that. I just didn't know.
We like to control our own real estate.
Is that a pretty good deal?
Listen, there's a lot of good
here's the other thing. Here's the other
stuff. But
if
you got the experience, you've already done it. You already know what you're doing. You've done it. You got proven concept. Why would you want to? For you wouldn't want to take your money to somebody else when you can already do it yourself. Maybe for somebody else.
Well, you get 34% cash on cash, right?
The only reason is because I've gotten close enough with them that they're willing to finance a lot of my deal when I work with them, which is huge.
I don't know. There's a lot of shit out there. I don't know if it's right, wrong, good or bad, but just be careful when you deal with other people, and it has to do with money. Okay, because a lot of bullshit is out there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you want to discuss it more, go to benmala.com/shop.
If you want me to look up,
and then he'll look into it, and he'll go through it, and he'll go through it with you. He'll look it up. He'll put some effort into it, and then you guys can discuss it more and book a call. What is it, Rafal, right now?
But you need to keep doing whatever the hell you've been doing at 23 years old to own 13 properties or units or whatever. All right, whatever the hell you're doing.
Well, I swear to God, I'm not saying this to fluff you up. I swear to God, I came across one of your videos, knew nothing about real estate, and here I am. So I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome.
I helped you. All right, good luck to you. Aaron, you got anything?
Thanks, guys.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right, shout out Chris. If your Mexican wife doesn't talk to you about Jesus Christ, then she truly doesn't love you.
Ooh.
She tried
My
to talk
wife
about Jesus
loves
Christ.
me. You know why? Because I gave her all the cards. The green card, the American Express card, the Visa card, the MasterCard. So as long as those cards are paid, she'll love me. Believe that. All right, but, to each his own. Whatever you believe, God bless you. What else you got, Aaron?
The doctor, thank you for the $100.
All right, thank you.
Look at
for
this.
a doctor.
Wait. Remember this?
What?
Go ahead, read it,
The
Aaron.
doctor.
My dad said he saw you on I-4 and mentions that I wanted to swim in your lazy river.
Remember the guy
That
on the
was guy
freeway?
with
That was the guy
yeah.
on the freeway.
I used an Instagram picture of your father. He's bald, and he looks like he'll kill you if you made him mad. And he had a nice lady next to him. Oh shit! That may not be his wife. I don't know.
Hey, it was his fault. He was the one.
He was that one.
He was the one.
All right, thank you very much. I appreciate it. What else you got, Aaron?
Wait, but he wanted to swim in your lazy river.
Sorry, nobody lazy in the lazy river. Lazy river is now going to be what's the opposite?
Productive
of lazy?
river.
The productive river.
All right, Henry, I've been mostly anti-debt my whole life. How do you get over the emotional toll and stress of taking a large amount of debts? Also, how do you judge risk and protect yourself from being over-levered?
Listen, the first thing is, money is not an emotional thing, all right? I try to live my life on logic. It's logic. My brain only processes logic. It's logical for me to go to the bank and borrow money at a low rate and turn it around and use the money and make more at a higher rate. Simple, logical. You want to sit around with all that money sitting in your property doing nothing? Be my guest. Your ass will never grow. You want to grow? You need the bank's money because they got all the goddamn money. I can't go out. If I got $1 million, I go out and buy $1 million without no fucking loan. Bullshit. I'll go out and buy 5 deals at 200 down for each $1 million. Okay, I'll spread that $1 million out there. I'll use the bank's money. Listen, it ain't back in 2008 where the banks were doing stupid shit. Right now they're watching shit, they're appraising shit.
Regulators.
And if your cash flow is your cash flow, if the rate is fixed. If your rate is fixed on your mortgage, your cash flow's the same. Who cares if the value of the property goes up and down? It ain't going up and down that much. How many people you really know lost their shirt in real estate unless they did something stupid? Typically you buy real estate, you hold it for a while, you make money on it, it appreciates. That's life. Okay, that's why rents used to be $600 are now how much?
15, 1800.
Thank you. All right, it's progress. It's the world moving ahead, and that's life. You can't be emotional. It's all about making money.
Hey, Ben, we got a caller.
We have a caller.
Yeah, I'm here. This is Chris. I'm going to circle back to a question here in a minute, but I want to tell you where I am. It's not about buying commercial real estate because I never got in, which I should have, of course, 5 years ago or whenever. But basically, my background really quick. I guess you grew up in Stockton, Ben. I actually moved down to Lodi, California when I was 12 or so. And then at 16, I bought a water well drilling company in 76.
A what?
Because we had a water well drilling company. Bought the rotary drilling rig pump.
What the hell is he talking about?
Water well drilling.
Oh, water well drilling.
Yeah.
I used to hire them all the time.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
We need one right now, actually.
Right.
All right, let's
So
go
I
to
was
his life
16,
story.
I bought this
Go
company.
ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, we're only at 16, and this guy's about 60. We'll be here all fucking night. I'm just kidding. All right, so what's the deal? We ain't got all night unless you want to get me on the phone and consult with Ben. All right, so what are you doing right now? You're in Lodi?
No. I moved up the Sacramento area up at Fair Oaks.
Okay, so what's the story?
Continue.
Not the whole story, just part of the story.
I have 2 companies that I've had for 35 years, doing great, multi-million-dollar companies. I just started another one about 10 months ago. Probably done like $4 or $5 million, 90% profitable, very high-end audio, video, home theater stuff. So I live in Fair Oaks, and I want to move probably to Florida. I've been down to Jupiter down there a couple times in the last year or so. My sister lives there. I'm thinking about moving down there. What's your opinion on buying something down over that way or on the other side?
What are you doing? Are you retiring? Are you retiring?
Well, I retired 5 years ago, and 10 months ago, I started another company, so I unretired.
All right, so you don't need to be around these companies, right? You don't need to be around.
No, I don't.
All right, so go
Nope.
to Jupiter, go get an agent, look around, see if you like it, buy and find a deal. But Jupiter ain't the cheapest place in town. But I don't know. Jupiter's a very nice town. It's big. Tiger Woods is there.
Yeah,
He's
it
got
is.
a golf course there. Trump's got a golf course there. Everybody's got a golf course there. They golf and they boat. It's a place to retire. If you like golfing and you like boating, go to Jupiter. If you don't like golfing and you don't like boating, you're gonna be bored as hell.
No, I like boating. I want to have a boat dock in the backyard.
There
My
you
own
go.
boat
Get
dock.
your ass down there and buy it with all that money you got.
Well, my question is, in your opinion, do you like the Jupiter side of the ocean, or do you like over in the Clearwater area? You obviously live over there.
Two
so
different towns.
you must like
Jupiter's
that better.
Jupiter's you got to understand, Florida is in 3 sections. You got your South Florida, where everybody's got a chip on their shoulder and think their ass don't stink.
Wait, but what was his question?
I'm telling about Florida. He's talking about areas, which is better. Okay.
Yeah.
You got that part of Florida. It pretty much starts around Naples. Okay. Naples on down to the tip of Keys, whatever is all hoity-toity, a little bit of class. I think they're better. All right. Then you got your middle section of Florida where we're at. We're more on the Gulf of Mexico. Then you got the other side of us on the Atlantic side. Okay. And then you got north, which is all farm. Okay, towards Georgia. Basically, in the middle here, it's a little less expensive. It's more friendlier. We got more people from the South, so it's a little friendlier in a way. The nice people from the South, not the mean ones. And the boating is very shallow here. So if you're looking for doing some deep water boating, it ain't here in Clearwater. You got to stay in the channel. All right? We got plenty of golf courses. You'll get a lot more house here than you will in Jupiter, I think. But check them both out. See what you like. If you talk about place to live, it's emotional. It's got to be somewhere that, take a couple of days in each town and get a feel for it.
Yeah.
Right?
So wait a minute. You chose the Clearwater area. So you like that for what reason?
Because I like it. I like it. It's slow, but it's nice. It's on the water.
Yeah.
You got the beaches. You got boating, whatever. I mean, for me, it worked to raise a family. Now, you're looking to retire. I came here because I wanted to raise kids. And I want to raise them somewhere real slow and nice, but still with the city nearby. So you're retired. It's a whole different ball game, So get down to both places, hang out, go stay in one of my hotels in Clearwater or Tampa, and check out the area. All right?
All right.
All right. Good luck.
All right.
If you need any more pointers, go to Consult with Ben. I'll tell you everything you want to know. All right. What else?
I did talk to your broker guy. I can't remember his name.
Poland. We call him Polak. Rafal.
Rafal.
Paul.
I think that was good. He was over.
Yeah, Paul.
All right. All right. Well, good luck to you. All right.
I'll talk to you
What
later.
else you got, Aaron?
Shout out Charles. Do I need a company like Equity Management to start buying real estate?
No.
You should
Anybody
open
can
up
buy
an
real
LLC.
No, when
So
you buy the property,
when you buy
it's
the
an LLC.
property, you should buy the property under an LLC. So you do need to start a limited liability company. You don't have to know what you're buying. You can start that now. That way you have something to write up on your contract when you go to buy it. So I would suggest you start
Anybody
an
can buy
LLC
real
first. But
estate.
anybody, you can
Put
buy
it
it
in
under
your
your
name,
name.
Put it in an LLC, put it in this, put it in that, talk to your lawyer, talk to your accountant, but I put everything in a single member LLC, except the ones that Ben chiseled me out of. He's got his LLC. I got my LLC.
We're ticks.
And together we own an LLC.
We are tick.
Figure that one out. Anyway, so that's the story. What else you got, Aaron?
Oh, shit. My phone is dictating
shout out
everything
John.
you say.
Shout out Joe Cinco de Drinko.
Cinco the
The
Drinko.
Drinko.
Yep, my wife's making cocktails. Her and Paulie's sitting here drinking away. Margaritas.
TJ Simmons asked, how much do you pay for insurance on a hotel?
All right, you need an insurance broker to tell you. It depends on the hotel, depends on the size, depends, who you are, how much more insurance you got. I mean, you got to get bids. Ben deals with all the insurance. I mean, how...
Hotels
Crazy.
insurance right now is kind of, it's getting more expensive, but you got to go to the right broker. You got to find the right program. There's specialty markets. There's all the different types of things, but you got to have the right person that's going to go out there and look at those markets.
You know what's just as important as property insurance now? The freaking liability which doubled in price. So, you need a strong liability policy with hotels because people will sue you for stupidest shit in the world. I banged my ankle on the bed. $100,000.
Was it? It was $100,000. Yeah, it wasn't that 100. It wasn't 100.
We caught people with cameras pouring shit on the ground and then faking it,
slipping in it.
You better have a good strong liability policy getting on the hotel business. But get a good broker. Try to go with a guy that specializes in commercial and hotels. See, if he specializes in hotels, he knows the insurance companies that like to insure hotels. Okay, because there's a million insurance companies. If you stick to the ones that specialize in stuff, typically they'll give you the better deals. That's why they specialize in it.
Right. You got hotel markets, apartment markets, you got retail markets. Ow,
All right, Aaron, come on before he gets hurt.
Shout out Anthony. Just want to
Got
say,
stung by a bee, hits himself in a bike.
just want to say good afternoon and happy Cinco de Mayo.
All right, same
Thank
to
you.
you.
Thank you.
Shout out John.
Happy Cinco de Mayo.
I'm not paying my landlord this week. Buying Ben's super chats instead.
Hey.
Do not
get
me
evicted.
when your ass gets evicted.
Okay.
All right, the most important person to pay is the property owner,
Wait, he's in euros.
landlord. You know, I don't think they like the word.
Pounds.
I don't like the word. They use the word landlord anymore. You are lord of the land. You own the fucking land, and you're on my land. I'm the lord here.
My dad used to tell me that all the time.
That's
You're the
right.
landlord. I'm the landlord.
I'm your lord.
He's
you're
the
on my
guy.
land.
He said, "Listen, I'm the landlord here, and you're going to do what I
Thanks
say."
for the compliment, but pay your goddamn rent.
Hey, it's
Shout
better
out
than being a
Marisha.
slumlord.
Happy Cinco de Mayo. I have a potential single family home in North Carolina, but in a flood zone. Should I make a lowball offer? Maybe could get $150 cash flow a month currently. Is this worth it in a flood zone?
$150 a month. You could go out and do Uber Eats in one night and make that. I don't know, $150 a month. You can take on the liability of owning the house. Is the house a really good deal?
Maybe it's going to depreciate. I mean,
You can add on a
appreciate.
bedroom. I don't know, but you know,
Flood
this question
insurance.
is flood
She wants to know: is it a good deal to get in there because of flood insurance? Flood insurance is flood insurance. It's all about the cash flow. So if you have to pay flood insurance, you factor that into your equation. If you're only getting a $150 deal, does it matter if it has flood insurance? It doesn't have
Find out
flood
how much
insurance.
the flood insurance
It's only got
is.
NOI of
A lot of it's run
150
by
a
the
month.
state now, right?
Yeah, it's funded by the state. They got state. She said she's in North Carolina. I don't know,
House.
but they got state programs. I'm sure every state
funds,
has a program.
But listen, if it's in a flood zone,
What's the difference?
We buy shit in flood zones all the time. Okay, that's life. Okay, it's in a flood zone. Fine, we have.
Might be better real estate that's in a flood zone. You're near the water, stuff on the sand, near the beach. I mean, these are all reasons. Flood zones are always
now they got different
usually
levels
good.
of flood zones.
Yeah,
if you're
right.
in a not so bad flood zone, it ain't gonna cost you that much for insurance. But typically, the banks do require you have insurance, flood insurance, if it's in a
Is
flood
it built
zone.
on stilts? You know, all these factors matter. You know, if the house is elevated out of the flood zone, like I had a house that was in a flood zone, but the actual house didn't start with 10 feet up. So yeah, the house was in a flood zone. I had to pay insurance for a flood zone, but because I'm insuring the bottom, but really the house started 10 feet up. So if it was to flood, my house wasn't going to get damaged.
I mean, you know, get insurance. That's a fact. Okay. But you can try to negotiate the price down. You should always negotiate the price down
anyway
for any reason. Make up a reason, like Ben does, you know. But always try to get the price down if you can. But definitely get a quote on flood insurance. What else you got?
All right, we got a caller.
Got a caller.
Got a caller.
Caller.
Hey Ben, how are you? I'm from Orlando. I'm moving over to Lakewood Ranch. I just have a question that's not really related. It's not really related to real estate.
Should have bought that one. We could.
I'm trying to get into real estate. I'm a physician right now. I'm 29. I just graduated, started my first attending job. I have no debt because my parents paid for school. I'm making approximately $15,000 a month after tax. The question I had is, I mean, I'm a car connoisseur. The only reason I did all this is to buy a nice car. So I'm paying $3,000. I'm sorry.
Connoisseur. What did you say? You're a connoisseur? What did you say?
I love cars. I love cars.
He's a
connoisseur.
Yeah.
He's a connoisseur of cars.
All right. Well, I couldn't understand.
And he's a doctor, and he's netting
he's already
15
got an
grand a
expensive
year.
habit. If he's a car connoisseur, he's already got an expensive habit.
He's netting 15
okay,
a
but
month.
the point is this. I mean,
Yeah,
go ahead, doctor.
Sorry. So I'm spending $3,000 a month on my car. All my coworkers are like, money could be better invested, blah blah blah. So my question for you is it really worth sacrificing your youth just to end up in retirement with a few extra $1 million, or do you think I'm making the right choice right now?
Let me ask you a question. Do you like your car? You like driving it?
I love it.
Can you afford it?
I love it.
Can you afford it?
Yep.
Then do what the fuck you want.
What kind of car you got? You're 29 years old. What kind of car you got, doctor?
Maserati.
It's a Lamborghini. A Huracan.
Huracan. You want to sell it?
All right. So
no, not right now.
I mean, are you single?
I'm single, not married, no kids.
But you get a lot of girls because of the car, right? Right, doctor?
He gets a lot of girls because he's a
Yeah,
doctor.
like
He's an
the
educated
attention.
doctor.
You like that attention. You look like a big shot. Oh, yeah, I'm a doctor in a Lamborghini. You know, you better be careful. The women are going to chase you down and eat you. But listen, seriously, you know, it depends on what you want out of life. All right. You know, yeah, you're going to be a doctor the rest of your life. You're going to make a good salary. You know, you're going to live in a nice house. You're going to buy some woman. You're going to buy her a set of you-know-whats. And you're going to live happily ever after. If that's content for you, then that's fine. But, you know, if I was 29 years old, I would be wanting to, you know, make as much money as I could. If you got time to do real estate outside of being a doctor, then I would do it. I mean, but, you know, because you know why? You know what I did today? I bought a medical practice from a dermatologist. Okay? This guy has 10 of them. 10 of them.
Yeah.
I saw a portfolio dermatologist go on the
That's
market
another one, I
today.
think. Something going on with dermatology.
Yeah, you saw that?
Anyway, the point is this. This guy's brilliant. He's a doctor, and he rents the doctors. That's what he does. And you know what that means? To run his practice cost him nothing. He's got other doctors in his building paying him rent, and he ain't got to pay shit. And I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
All right? I'm renting to him. So the point is, it's up to you what you want out of life. You know, I mean, you know, you need to seriously think about trying to maybe go into the medical office field. That's the best recommendation I can make to a doctor, because every time they go into apartments and other kind of shit, they always screw up because they're too busy being doctors.
And then the fact that you have the connections already to be in the medical field. So if you buy retail and you can fill it with doctors or fill it with people in your practice, and then you can move on. So, I mean, doing that real estate portion of your job already is your way to get in real estate.
What kind of doctor are you?
Proctologist?
I'm internal medicine.
Internal medicine. It means anything that goes in your ass or down your throat internally. All right. So anyway, all right. But you don't work on knees, right? You don't have nothing to do with inside your knee, right? That's more stomach, internal.
I mean, I'm a primary care physician and a hospitalist. So if you ever need free advice,
he says listen, goddammit, I ain't got a lot of time. I got torn the meniscus. I didn't even know what the fuck a meniscus was. I thought that was cut off when I was a little baby. They cut off the little piece of your, you know what, and that's a meniscus. That's what I thought. Now he's telling me I got a torn meniscus in my knee. I mean, I don't know, but I don't know. I don't want to cut in there and start looking around and cutting shit. He said, "What do you think?"
I think you should. I mean, it's better to get a knee replacement now. It's better to get a knee replacement now than when you're 75.
Yeah, but the problem is your knee will heal, but it takes fucking forever. And then if you don't let it heal long enough, you'll fuck it up again. So that's what happened to me.
Meniscal injuries don't heal. That's the problem. So it's better to get the surgery while you're in your 50s compared to when you're 75.
What is a fucking meniscus that don't heal? What is it?
It's like cartilage. So it's bone, kind of like bone, but it doesn't heal up. You need surgery to fix that.
You want him to go in my knee and cut my bone?
You've been talking to doctors all this time, and you don't understand what your own problem is. Get Carla over here. She understands.
I appreciate it, doctor. But seriously, if you were smart, if you can keep the Lamborghini and somehow get into real estate, you should think about it. Because let me tell you something. Office buildings right now are going dead. Small ones, medium-sized ones, big ones. They're getting crushed. You know why? People are actually willing to take a salary cut. Companies are offering 20% less salary if you stay and work your ass at home.
Well, because think about how much stuff
but you can't do that with medical.
Right.
You can't do that with medical.
Not yet.
So if you went in and you found some small places with had some vacancy in them and they were medical and you could fill them. Making money in real estate is all about filling the space. If you fill the empty space, the space makes money. That's how you make money in real estate. So if I was you, I'd be trying to look in the medical field. All right? Good luck to you.
Thank you very much.
Good luck. And if you want to sell at Huracan, let me know.
Huracan. Aaron, we're waiting for you.
Daniel.
No sneezing, lady.
It's all that smoke.
Quiet on the set. What do you got?
Daniel Perdomo.
Oh, my God.
Equity Management is the best company to do business with.
Did he actually pay for that?
No,
he
didn't pay.
Then you read it?
And why'd you read it?
He texted me.
Put that down. He texted you. How does he have your number?
Daniel is the biggest cheapskate.
Oh, you shouldn't have did it, Daniel. He told you.
He is like the most hustling guy there is. I asked him to come out. I asked him, hey, how much you do this patio? Okay, it's the waterfront behind Willowdale. Come paint the patio, paint the benches. What he does is he tries to see how much he can get out of you. Okay,
All press is good.
He gives you a price that's going to be double what he'll really do the job for and what it's worth. okay? And he'll come out, he'll give you a double price. You got to fight with him all the time. No, it don't take that long. It's not that much material. Blah, blah,
But
blah.
he's been doing shit for us for the last 5 years and getting it done.
Yeah, and how many
That
times
we have
got
had to
trouble
fight
over
with
him?
him. We've had to fight
He
with
don't
him.
do shit,
It
you know?
is, but
I
he's
ain't
got the
seen him do
connections,
nothing.
so
He hires the right guys. He takes advantage of really nice guys. The guys who work for him do have a lot of skill. They came out here. They made all my garages look brand spanking new. Okay, he saved all my garages, and the guys he hires are great. They're fantastic. But the guy that's leading the circus act there, the guy that's running the show, I don't trust him. All right, Daniel. Thanks for not sending us a goddamn dime for all the damn money.
a dollar, Daniel, a fucking dollar.
You know, all the money we put in your pocket. I heard he had another baby, didn't he?
Did he?
Congratulations.
Hey,
All right,
Ben, we
what
got a
else
caller.
got?
Get a caller.
We have a caller.
Hello, Ben.
Hello.
How are you doing,
Hello.
Ben?
All right.
How's it going?
I don't
It's
know.
great. Ben, I have
Oh, shit, I
a couple
almost
of questions for you.
All right. So what's
So,
up?
so
Shut up over there.
I have a house.
Go ahead. You got a house where?
I
This is
have
gonna be a long phone call. Holy shit.
I've
Come
got
on.
a
You got a
house
house
in,
where? What?
I'm out in Austin, Texas, right?
Austin, Texas.
And I
Okay.
have a in the great state of Texas, and I have a renter in the house, so all going well, no problem. But the bitch, she fell outside. She tripped on the concrete, the sidewalk, and she sued me. So
You got insurance?
that's fucking not. I only have home insurance, so
Well, but wait.
That's-
The home's
I'm
got to
handling
have a
that.
liability policy on it, doesn't it?
well, it only happened 2 weeks ago, so I'm not really sure. That's what I'm asking you.
Listen,
what's
who's your
the next
insurance?
step?
Who did you buy the insurance from?
I'm to a broker, so I
Go to the
I've
broker.
checked.
Say, hey, I had an accident in my house. Call the company. Do something. All right. Is she still paying rent?
What? Yeah.
Wait,
All right.
she slipped and fell outside of.
After you did some work?
But why did she slip and fall? Anyway, you let
No.
your insurance handle it.
All right. Yeah, don't get
Don't
involved.
get involved, okay? Don't do anything that can affect your liability. Don't communicate with her. If she presented,
Did she sue you with
did
a
she sue
lawsuit
you?
that
Did
was?
she get a lawyer and demand
Did
your
she hand
insurance?
you papers that were stamped by a judge filing a court action against you, a summons? Were you served with a summons from a court?
No.
No.
So how do you know she's suing you?
But she said she told me. She
Oh,
sent
then
me
wait
a
for-
text
then
me
wait,
when
then-
she was saying-
Then wait till she
All right, so
goes
you
to a
didn't get
lawyer
nothing
or
in
something.
writing?
No, not yet. It only happened 2 weeks ago, so I'm assuming it's coming soon.
What does she
All right.
want? I mean, just out of curiosity. She's called you up.
tell you
She
the
said
cash
I
you
she
put
said
in?
I fell. What does she want?
Fell.
All right.
She said she hurt her knee when she fell.
Okay, so,
So what does she
all
want?
right, so what does she want? Did she say what she
Money.
wanted?
How much?
No, she said she's suing for
Medical
injury. She
injury.
didn't say how
All
much.
right, so
You need
listen.
to call
I
your
didn't say. I
insurance.
didn't want to get
Listen.
communication
All
going.
right, yeah, just take her
Just-
rent, fix anything that's wrong with the place.
Make sure you
and
keep her.
don't do nothing.
Yeah, don't do
All right,
anything.
until
Don't
you get
evict
something
her.
in writing,
Because that'd be
a
retaliation.
letter from a lawyer or a summons. Don't do nothing, okay? But you better hurry up and talk to your broker and find out what your coverage is. Make sure you got liability on that house, to cover stuff like that, okay?
Oh, very good. And I have a
Call
second
them right
question for
away.
you.
What?
Oh, I live in San Francisco, California,
Oh, yeah, what
Oh,
part?
yeah.
and
San Francisco.
in the marina.
The marina. Ooh.
Ooh.
I
Nice
almost
spot.
bought a house
Near-
right on that strip there
Oh.
once. Right by the
Who did?
marina. Right where they still got didn't they have an army over there? Yeah, on the water.
Yeah, Presidio.
Yeah, Presidio.
Presidio.
I was stationed at a Presidio for a little while. All right, well, good luck to you. You
Oh,
better
yeah?
call that insurance broker right away, and you find out what your coverage is,
Oh, I
so you
wasn't
know your
finished.
ass is covered if she sues you.
I wasn't finished.
All right, hurry up.
So I live in
People from
San Francisco. Anyway, what do you think? Do you think it's good to buy here because there's so many fucking homeless everywhere, or what?
Buy where? In San
I
Francisco?
mean, the prices in Florida are the same as in California right
Wait,
now.
you
So
want to buy in San Francisco?
Well, like around the bay, too many homeless people, and they're not
I
doing
don't
nothing
know.
about it.
I didn't like San Francisco to be around.
buy a homeless
Listen,
shelter.
I worked all over that goddamn city. It's too damn expensive. You're stepping over the homeless people. They don't prosecute the damn drugs and all that shit and crime. I'm sorry. I got the hell out of there.
Not a bother.
And I can't see making any money there, but if you can, go for it. But I don't have a stomach for it. But I don't know. Go back to Austin where you had this house and see if you can find another deal there. Texas, you have the, I don't know. All right. Well, good luck to you. Go check your insurance policy right away.
Oh, thanks, Ben.
Absolutely, no problem.
Right. Adios, amigo.
Hey, wasn't Presidio like?
Presidio's
Was that area
on the waterfront by the Golden Gate Bridge?
By the Golden Gate Bridge, and it had the park in it, and Presidio, and you could skate around the park, and it had the Full House house. Remember the house from Full House was near there? Is that right?
Let them talk. It's not that big. I got like
nobody wants to go down memory lane in Presidio.
I'm asking.
All right, it's a freaking army base now. It's
Holy
a park.
shit!
Right, a Golden Gate Bridge. Blah 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 blah.
We could all sit here and get yelled at by you.
Why not? Maybe you need some yelling at. What do you got, Aaron? Shut up, lady. What do you got?
Spoiled Jams. Thank you for the $9.99. Closing on a home, had it inspected, and the seller did not disclose that the sewer line needs to be descaled.
Why are you pointing at me?
And that the roof has dry rot. My agent and I are asking for $15K credit. Any advice?
Yes. Find out exactly, if you can, number one, get video or photo. And number two, get real estimates and then double them. Find out what it's going to cost you. All right. But I'm telling you, to play it safe, I always ask for double.
Yeah, because you don't know once you open the shit up. Honestly, once you open it up, you don't know what's going on. The whole house could need sewer lines. So descaled and sleeved, that shit's expensive. Let me tell you. And what if the fucking pipe breaks while they're sleeving it? Okay, or where they're descaling it? Okay, because they're gonna chain knock it. Okay, they basically put a chain in the pipe and they knock that fucking chain around in there, and they can break that pipe. And if that pipe breaks while it's being descaled, then you got a big fucking problem.
Get as much as you can. Go high. You can always go down, but you can't come back up. So ask for as much as you want. Eric, Vincent, what are you doing over there?
I'm trying not to say what I think he should do. I mean, I heard people suing people for stuff like that.
Vincent's the king of getting sued, let me tell you. He can win an award for all lawsuits he's had against him.
Or started against him.
Yeah, it's never his fault.
And I'm
all right.
I've never lost a case.
Yeah, you've lost. You never lost it.
Yeah, because the insurance paid out for you.
Give it to insurance.
Give it to insurance.
Start over insurance.
Here, pay them out.
You get too many damn claims. Nobody wants to insure you. They charge you 10 times what the hell you're supposed to pay. Hey, tell us about your worst insurance. You have any phony insurance claims you had over there in the hotel business all these years?
We can't disclose them, so don't speak real names or factuals.
No, if they were phony and they didn't, whatever. Story. Tell us a story. Just
go to the damn pool, and they're sitting there dripping wet in the pool, and then they walk through the damn hotel and slip. What the hell do you think is going to happen? You just got out the freaking pool. And
you could barely hold yourself up in the first place.
And you're wearing shoes or slippers. I don't want to get too detailed. That you damn near can't fit. You know damn well you shouldn't be wearing them.
With pinky toe popping out your slipper.
They go barefoot a lot, don't they? And then they slip and fall when they're walking around dripping water.
$1 or $2 sandals that their whole foot bust out of every day.
Dollar Tree sandals.
When it bust out at the hotel, now it's a problem for us. So.
All right. What else?
He was really upset about that.
Sit here all night. Cinco de Mayo. I hope mole waiting for me tonight.
Chicken mole.
I got rice. I got tortillas.
David, Aaron.
David, we are in a 1031 exchange, so we have to buy something. In today's market, triple net $4 million property. What cash on cash return are you looking for? What do you think of Buffalo Wild Wings as a tenant?
Well, you can't listen. You can't listen.
I don't know. My brain ain't working. I'm tired of it.
Cinco de Mayo. Holy shit. Could you make it any fucking bigger, Ruffle?
All right, here we go. What do you think about Buffalo Wild? Okay. Are you there? Are you ready? Here we go. All right. 1031 exchange. I mean, listen, your clock's ticking. You got to find the best deal out there that you can park that damn money. I don't know how much cash is in that $4 million property that you're going to have to use. But listen, Buffalo Wild is a national brand. Okay. And it's not the one the rapper owns. Which one's the rapper own $1 million?
No, that's Wing House.
No, not Wing House.
Wingstop. Sorry, excuse me. I didn't mean.
Wings, right?
I love Wingstop.
He loves them all.
Sorry, what is it?
He's
Gucci
the word
Man,
fucking
who the
wings.
hell is it?
His ass is there.
Who is
we
it?
go to fucking lunch. We order sandwiches. Oh, give me 10 wings.
That's right. I'm cheap. I'm a cheap date.
You're a wingman.
That's right. I'm a wingman.
Oh,
look, good fucking deal. Why you wear the same shirt as me too, wingman?
Nice, Reebok, too.
Okay, God.
We shop in the same fucking store.
Freaking appetizer.
Big and tall. All right. So anyway, listen, you need to get out there. You can go to CREXI. You can look at it. Wing Buffalo Wild is good. As long as you got a long lease. I don't know if it's a franchise, make sure the guy's got a bunch of them. It ain't no one little guy. If it's corporate, that's even better. Make sure that, you know what you're responsible for, the route structure. And you know, make sure, because Buffalo Wild is a good brand. Okay, but what's the cap rate? I mean, if you get a 6+ cap rate, you're really doing good. But that's the story. Make sure it's in a good neighborhood. They're always in good neighborhoods. These people aren't going to invest millions of dollars, open up a wing place in a bad neighborhood.
Well, there's a wing place that
churches go.
You were supposed to. We were looking at that one off of 19.
I don't remember.
No.
Oh, that one is in front. It comes with a shopping
No,
center.
that's right. Yeah, that was the problem.
Empty.
That was the problem.
All right. Anyway, listen. You're in that triple net. Go look at Buffalo Wild Wings. Look at anything that's solid like that. And you can always sell it if the market turns better later. But go on go on the websites and see what your options are. CREX, Encore, Stan Johnson.
His question was, though,
Stan
back
Johnson.
to the beginning, was what is the cash-on-cash return
15%.
you look for?
It depends on what your interest rate is.
Okay.
All right. If you buy a 6 cap, okay, and you get $60,000 a year for $1 million, how much you got to pay the bank? You're going to borrow $800,000. You only put $200 down. The $800,000 is going to cost you probably $32,000 a year in interest. $32,000 minus the $60,000 you're getting in rent, leaves $28,000. You only put $200,000 down, and you get $28,000. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's about a 15% return on your money. It depends on your interest rate. Depends if you get interest only. Even if you can't get interest only, you're buying a freaking mortgage down, so still money in your pocket. What else?
We got a caller.
We have a caller.
You should put the mic on the side, and then they could see your face, and you could talk on the side of it.
Why? You're
'Cause then
always
you're
talking out
screaming.
the side of your mouth. That's why you like it on the
I
side.
learned from talking out the side of your
Yeah.
ass.
All right. What do you got, a caller or not? We need you all night. I got Molly waiting. He's not talking.
Hello?
Where are you at? In a tunnel? Hello. How are you? What's going on?
Not much. I'm down here in the Texas Hill Country,
What?
and I wanted to give you a call as I actually had my client call in last week.
You sound like you're a mile away. Can we hear you any better? I can barely
Get
hear
off
you.
the speakerphone, my
Get
friend.
off the speakerphone, big shot. Pick up the goddamn phone.
Pick up the phone.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
All right, that's better. What do you got? You're in where? Turkey Hill?
No, I'm in the Texas Hill Country.
Whatever.
I'm in the Texas Hill
Turkey,
Country.
same shit.
and
What do you got?
I've got my client actually called into your show last week, and we're taking his property to auction. And I've got a two-parter for you. The first one is, why has this environment that we're in the real estate, with it being so crazy, how has the market, how have they not adjusted to the auction? What's the bad thing with auction?
Listen, it depends on the auction. It depends on the product. It depends on the people that come to the auction. There are people out there going to auctions and paying more than the goddamn thing's worth.
But there's also a stigmatism around an auction you have to realize. So when I see auction, the first thing I think is distressed asset. Okay, that means that this person is trying to unload this thing quick for a reason. So when I hear auction, what I think is I should get it at a discount.
Well, what's your question? Your question is, how does
He
the
says,
auction
what's the
compare to the
stigmatism?
market?
Yeah, he's like, why is there such a stigmatism
What do you mean?
around
I mean, auctions,
Exactly.
Well, that's what I
Listen,
believe. I mean,
auctions
auction
are
has
a good
always
way
been
to get your money quick.
right.
All right.
So,
And if you need that goddamn money and you ain't got time to fool around and deal with the agents and the lookies and all that bullshit and the contingencies and all that shit, you go to an auction. Because when you go to the auction, you're not fooling around. Typically, that gets you a cheaper, you get a better price. But these days, it's so hard to find a goddamn deal with 10 people bidding on the same shit. They bid up the fucking auction. So, I mean, that's all I can tell you.
My last question is, why can't we get you registered in for this auction? They're bringing in $300,000 a year at least over.
We're in Turkey Hill, Texas.
we don't really invest outside of.
I might put your ass on a plane.
I'll go back to
anywhere.
Texas.
All
I'll
right,
do whatever I got to
Send the
do.
information to benmallow.com and I'll look it over and let me know about it. And if you could help make some
It's
money on it,
Ask
we'll
Ben
get
at benmallow.com.
whatever. All right, so
Perfect.
300,000. I'll look at it. Is that NOI or is that gross?
This is gross. That was the first year.
What's the
This next
NOI?
year, they're on track to do 500,000.
All right, well, send us the info, and if you can, get a piece of it for selling it to us, that's fine with me too. All right, I'll be happy to pay you.
All right,
His
Ben.
end.
Thank you.
All right, good luck. Thanks. All right, you got anything, Aaron?
Yes, I do.
Turn the mic up.
Vintage. Thank you for the 199. Get Aaron the Scat Pack.
Scat Pack. Aaron paid that guy to post that. Okay, you're gonna get a scat rat. All right, I'm gonna find you the oldest fucking Tesla there is out there.
Oh my
I want the
God.
first Tesla
Rich
ever
rebuilds.
made.
Rich
That's
rebuilds.
the car you get.
We need a Tesla for
Every
Aaron.
night
Can I-
you're gonna plug that goddamn thing in.
Can I put a 2JZ in it?
No,
That's
we're
just
having
how-
Rich rebuilds. He rebuilt a Tesla recently that was water
Let's
damage.
see if you
we're
pass the
gonna have
damn
him
driver's test. You only
Get
got
you
a
the
permit.
Tesla.
I'm sure
I got to
I'll
pay a
pass.
driver to let him drive him to school. The driver rides with him to school while he drives himself to school.
That's
Because
funny.
he's only got a goddamn permit. We'll see if he gets his license.
That's funny.
I've seen the way he drives.
Drive pretty good, don't I?
Yeah, he hit that curb with my car, but it's okay.
What do you got?
Zachary, thank you for the $4.99. Ben, what do you think about Grove Street in Clearwater? Looking at multifamily on that street. I am an out-of-state buyer from Connecticut.
Grove Street is the same as Grove Street, isn't? Where's
I
Grove
think it's
Street? Is
downtown
that?
Clearwater. I gotta look that
It's
shit
the
up on a
same
map.
Grove Street as in GTA. Be careful.
Anyway, listen, I don't know. It sounds like it's downtown Clearwater to me. But if you want to talk about a deal in my own goddamn town and you don't get me on the phone and go to benmal.com and consult with me, then I'm sorry. I'll tell you every goddamn thing I know. I'll tell you how much you get for rents. I'll tell you about the area. It's right 10 minutes from my house. But I have to check. I think it's downtown Clearwater. But I ain't got time right now to look up maps and sit in front of my computer and try to help you out as if I was buying it. So get me on the phone. Let's talk about it. What else you got?
Got a caller.
We have a
Caller. Yeah, right off of Cleveland.
Hey, Ben, how are you?
I know. Right after Cleveland, by the way, to the guy that we
Right.
sent in that message. I can tell you all about Cleveland.
Cleveland
You
and
got the
Myrtle.
Scientology.
Right off
you
of
got the
Myrtle.
hood. You got the new yuppies coming in. I can tell you exactly.
You need to get a consult with Ben, my
I
friend.
might even drive over there for you on the consult while we're doing it. All right. What else? What do you got on the phone? What's up?
Hey, Ben, how are you?
How are you?
Hey, I'm good. Hey, Ben, I called you about a year ago, and I called you and I was shouting, and you said, "Hey, you're piquing my ears and stuff." And you told me, I told you that I bought a house for $400K, and I'm renting it out and doing Airbnb and living in it for free. And you told me not to be sentimental and stuff. So I sold that house for $500K now this year. You told me grow. So I sold that one, and now I'm buying a bigger one for $1 million. And I'm going to add value to it. The basement is unfinished, so I'm going to rent it out after I complete the basement, and probably get a HELOC out of it, putting 20% down on that one. So I get a HELOC out of it, and then I'm thinking about going with people to buy more commercial real estate. What would you do in my situation?
Listen, number one, I love this guy because he talks fast.
Yeah,
and I like
I knew
fast
you-
talkers.
I knew you did.
And he gets his point across.
Quick.
And he can tell you the whole fucking story in one goddamn minute. He reminds me of Happy.
In one breath.
Okay, Happy will just spit some shit out and just tell you what the hell you need to know. And the whole deal, that was really good. All right, can you do that again? No. All right, so what do you want to do? You made some money. Now what do you want to do? You're buying another house for $1 million. A house for $1 million? What are you going to do with it?
You didn't hear
Yeah,
that
so I
part?
bought it for $950. It was listed for $930. I put an offer. I put 20% down, and all contingencies waived. I bought it for $950, and now I'm gonna put $30K in the basement and rent it out, and get it done for $1 million. This house next door sold for $1.2 million. So immediately I'm getting an equity, of at least $100K.
You're gonna rent the basement out. Who's gonna live in the house? You?
Yeah, it's just me. It's just me, and I'm getting married next year. I'm turning 26.
You're gonna live in the house
So
after you get
hopefully,
married? So you're gonna live in this house with your
Yeah.
wife, right?
And he's going to rent out the basement.
All right, rent out the basement. Just make sure you know who you rent to. Be careful who you rent to if you
Yeah,
get your new wife upstairs. You don't want you never know. All right. Well,
Yeah.
congratulations.
So what do I do with it?
What do you do with what?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
No,
You
he
got a
wants to
plan?
get into commercial real estate, but he's got some
Commercial.
guys
Yeah.
that are,
Yeah,
you know,
I got
so
some
he should-
guys. I wanna
so
do
he
some
should get in
commercial
with them.
stuff, You know what I mean?
yeah.
All right. I mean, if you
Yeah.
want to get commercial, you're already renting out your basement. Keep looking for. Can you find any deals that you can rent out? Commercial. What do you mean? Multifamily? You mean retail?
Yeah,
Commercial?
multifamily.
Well,
So I want to do.
expensive
I want to
right
do
now.
triple net. Yeah. Yeah.
Multifamily is very expensive, but if you can find a deal, which it sounds like you're good at doing, then look for a deal. Look for a place that you can, rent out, make some money, fix it up. But you get involved with other people. How much money you got to spend?
So I'm going to take out a HELOC on this house, so probably about 140, 150K, but I'll be balls deep in debt. And my income is only 150K a year.
Well, first you better finish the goddamn basement. All right, that's what I would do.
Yeah,
Get
yeah.
the basement finished.
Yeah.
Rent it out.
Mhm.
Get the cash flow coming in. You don't want to bite off more than you can chew. All right. So that's what I would be focused on right now. Get that damn basement fixed up and rented. You didn't close. You closed on the house already or not yet?
Yeah, I'm closing tomorrow. 2
Congratulations.
o'clock.
All right, close on the house, fix up the basement, get it rented out, and call me back. All right?
Mhm.
All right.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Good luck.
All right.
You
All
only
right,
Thank you.
good
Ben.
luck,
Bye-bye.
good luck.
Fuck around. He's got to spend 30 on fixing the goddamn
Yeah,
basement
he's
up.
got some plans.
You don't
So
want to spread yourself too thin. Everybody wants you can't jump. You got to take every step. Step
But the question is why didn't he sell that? He sold that, and if he had enough money to go buy $1 million house, why didn't he go buy a $500,000 house and then go buy something else for $500,000?
I think he's highly leveraged. He's borrowing based on his income. Aaron, you got anything?
Cautious. Has your wife positively impacted your life?
How was what?
Has your wife positively? Of course, you don't stay with
life?
somebody if they're not doing positive things around you or being a positive influence. Anyway, that's
All right, David. Thank you for the $4.99.
My wife is she took care of the side of my life that I'm out there making the money and she's out there spending it. So the more she wants, the harder I got to go out there and work to make her more money. Basically, a wife is somebody you just go out there and hustle your ass off for, and hopefully you get a few pleasures out of it. Like tonight, I'm going to have mole. You know what mole is? It's the sauce on the chicken. Is it chicken mole?
Yeah, chicken mole.
Oh, man. She put the sauce on it, but the sauce tastes like chocolate, but in a good way. And I'm going to have chocolate chicken tonight, baby. I'm going to have dinner and dessert at the same time. Put a cherry and some whipped cream on that mother. All right, what else?
Shout out, David. What cash-on-cash return should you look for on my first single-family purchase? 20% down and 30-year mortgage.
Cash-on-cash return, I like to get at least 15%. Gives you that little cushion. It's worth you taking on responsibility and liability. If you're going to be in real estate, you should try to get 15% on your money. That's typically the lowest I like to go.
I agree.
He agrees.
I concur.
He concurs.
But we can go down to 12 or 13 if because the market's high right now.
Times get right, or if there's upside, if you see upside with the property,
right.
Then yes, you can buy a lower return because you're going to get a higher return down the road. Okay. The new thing with the brokers is, but it's they don't call it average. They call it
the 10-year
project average cap rate's going to be, but that's over 10 years.
Right.
You're counting money. You want me to pay for money? Not going to.
I haven't even sold yet. I'm made yet.
All right. What else, Aaron?
All right, shout out USMC guy. Shout out Andrew. I have crap credit due to a divorce, but I own completely outright 8 acres in East Tennessee and a triplex in upstate New York. What are my options?
That's
to me, it's a lot to
seriously,
go over.
Right there, I would just focus on your credit. Listen, you can always repair your credit. Go find a company that is nonprofits to help you. Nobody's going to want to loan you shit unless you got decent credit. You ain't going to have the best credit in the world, but you want to have decent credit. Get on the phone with the creditors. Get with a company that can help you, the experts in doing it, because they got ways that shit come off your credit report. You could hire a company that will send them letters, okay? And if they don't respond to that letter in 30 days, they make that shit come off your credit report. So, you need to get with experts, get your credit straightened up. Then I don't know what the hell you're going to do with all that land. Maybe you can rent it out to a farmer. But we need to talk about your land later. Right now, you're not going to be able to grow in life without decent credit because you're only a fucking number. That's all you are. We're all just numbers to the bank. So worry about the credit. Get your credit report done. What's that thing you just signed me up for? It shows you 3 different credit reports.
Oh, that was a LifeLock. That was to secure your.
But I can look at 3 credit reports.
Yeah, look at it all. Yeah, anytime.
All right, but get with somebody who's an expert in it. They know all the tricks of the trade, and get them to help you clean your credit up. All right, but that's number 1.
How does the divorce mess up your credit?
Because, when you get divorced, they stick you with a lot of bills. Your name's a lot of shit together. And she walks and she don't help you pay for the shit no more. That's the problem when, you get tying people to your credit, your social security number. That's why I don't put my wife on anything.
Ow. What?
All right. So what else you got, Aaron? Anything? Hey, seriously, that place is a no-go in Palm Beach I sent you to?
Hell no. There's 1,000 of those freaking crack motels that they turned into.
The pictures didn't look like no crack motels.
They got a good photographer.
The place didn't look like the pictures.
I was almost tempted to buy crack in the parking lot. Let's just say.
I catch you smoke crack, I'll kill you.
Well, that's how much crack there was.
Bad? And isn't
they
it
had
like
good deals?
But isn't it close to the water? How could that be?
No, it's not that close. Yeah, West Palm Beach is a weird place. They got freaking Rolls Royces and crackheads smoking crack next to them. It's crazy. It's unbelievable.
So why can't we take the crack stuff and turn it into the Rolls Royce stuff?
Because they're already
changing.
They're already mixing. It's completely mixed, and it's
Donald Trump lives in Palm Beach. He smokes.
It makes Fort Lauderdale look like
he does.
No, he does Adderall.
So nuts. I don't know. All right, what do we got, Aaron? No go on Palm Beach.
Baltimore. Thank you for the $5, Ben. Are real estate prices coming down anytime soon?
We hope, but the world's in a weird place right now.
The Fed just raised rates. They raised us a half a point. Stuff has to come down. Money's not cheap anymore. I mean,
but people got all this freaking money, and because of the recession, where everything gets expensive, because they're not making more shit. I don't know. I'm not a mathematician or whatever you
economist,
call them, but I can tell you right now, logically, if you got to pay money for your loan, you can have less cash flow. You can't pay that much for the property and borrow so much money. Just like the guy that used to qualify for the 2.5% loan on his house, and now he's got to pay 5%. I mean, if he was looking at $1 million house and got qualified, now he only qualifies for $500,000. So I don't know, but the world's in a weird place right now. I don't know where everybody's getting all this goddamn money from. Crypto, whatever the hell it's coming from. All right,
Ben, we got a caller.
We have another caller.
Caller.
I'm a baller. You're a caller. Hey, what's up? How are you?
Hey, what's up, man?
All right, what you got?
So, basically, my question is, I just want to get more into real estate. I'm 18 years old. I live in St. Pete. I'm from the Tampa Bay area, and I just I'm not really happy with what I'm doing right now. I'm doing HVAC work right now. I'm just not really happy with what I'm doing. I really want to get into real estate, And I bought my first property. I bought my first property with the FHA loan, and I rent out rooms right now, But I really want to go all the way with real estate and just really go all the way in. And
how long ago did you buy the FHA? How long ago did you buy the FHA?
It's about to be a year coming up.
All right. Month. Well, they only require a year, right? So after your year's up, start looking now for another one to do, and then try to rent that out and maybe use that as income to qualify. I mean, basically, you got to have some money, but you can reuse the FHA. You can't use that FHA again until you pay off that one. So you have to wait a year and see if you can refinance that loan, get it out of FHA, so you go to another FHA.
So the FHA is not my name, it's my dad's name. So I use my dad's FHA because I was actually 17 at the time that I bought the house. And so I used my dad's name, so I still have my FHA loan. We were already thinking ahead because I was already thinking about buying a duplex, in the near future.
Listen, did you get qualified to do your own FHA loan?
Not yet, because I'm still working on income.
That's step number one.
Yeah.
You need to turn in your tax returns, you pay, whatever. And if you're in the AC business, you'll have one step ahead of us because we get ripped off by AC guys every day like you. Okay.
Hey man, if you need work, man, call me, man.
I would go to Ben.
You got my number.
BenMallet.com and just remind me. Send an email or something to BenMallet.com. Tell me, give me your information, and I'll hook you up. You make some money. I'll save some money. We all live happily ever after. But you got to get qualified with the FHA. All right. And I always need an AC guy. Listen, I got a project in my house. I have a project right now for an AC guy. So Rafal, keep his information. I'm going to call him and see if he can help me take care of some issues here. All right. Good luck to you.
Sounds good, man.
And I know a guy. Call Chris at Legend Funding, and he'll get you an FHA loan.
All right. Thank you, man. Definitely call me. Definitely call me if you need work.
Call Chris and see what you need to do if you don't qualify. He'll tell you, all right, if you do this, this, and this, I can get you an FHA loan for this amount. All right, get with Chris and get pre-approved. What's it called again?
That's what I'm working on right now.
Legend? Is it Legend? I think it is Legend Funding, Chris. All right, he's helped a lot of friends of mine and employees. He's helped my employees.
All
right. What else we got? Anything else, Aaron?
Yeah, shout out Drew. Thank you for the $20. If I have $200K net worth at 19 years old, and I am in my last year of high school and live in Arizona, I want to purchase my first home for a rental property. What's your best advice? I'm going to college and living at home.
Well, you got $200,000, but you don't want to spend the whole goddamn thing on a house. The bank's going to be reluctant to loan you money if you're still a student. You don't have any income. All right, you might get a relative or somebody to go on there with you, put their name on there with you, and sign for the loan. I mean, but until you get an income, banks don't want to mess with you. Unless you want to, maybe you'll find a bank if you prove to them you're going to make money on it, like rent it out to other students.
That's what
maybe they'll get a 50% loan on it. But your best bet is to find somebody to co-sign for you. And then that's it. Finish college, man, and just leave that money stashed away and finish college. Get yourself some sort of career, whatever you're studying. you know, and he said he's going to college, right?
Yeah, he's going to college,
he's
but
in his last year of high school.
Yeah, he's last
year's
high
about
school.
College. Maybe he's not going to college. You didn't go to college.
I went.
Well, you kind of went, but you didn't go in. He just goes there and says hi, and then goes home, and who knows what he was doing home. All right, so good luck, but keep that money in the bank.
He said, "I'm going to college and living at home."
Read all that.
All right, listen. This is what I would think I would do. I would take $100,000 of that money, maybe go find a house that's a good down payment. Okay, you get your parents to co-sign for you. Maybe find a 2, 3, 4 bedroom, something like that. You can rent it out to students. Okay, you're going to be on campus. Buy the bed. You can do it by the room, preferably, not by the bed. Come on, Dad.
What are you talking about?
I mean, yeah, you can do it, but by the bedroom.
You used to run 580 bed property.
I would rent by the bed. I'd have 2 beds in one room and rent by the bed.
If it's that big of a demand like New
we
York,
did that.
This is Arizona.
I understand, but I'm just saying, you take that $100,000. We did that at.
You never put 2 kids in one room.
Yes, we did.
You're a liar. It's against the law. My law. When did you ever have 2 kids unless they wanted to do it?
We did it at Campus Walk.
Separate people?
Yes. They had the 2 bedrooms. They would go in. Instead of it being a 4-bedroom, 2 kids would go into a 2-bedroom, and they would split that. It was
2 kids in a 2-bedroom.
No, 4 kids in a 2-bedroom. 2 kids in one room. Yes.
All right, that was a long time ago.
I mean, that's how they do it in the dorms anyway. The dorms are like that. The dorms are 2 kids in a dorm.
All right, dorm, but they're not running a dorm. All right, well, good luck to you. Keep that money. Graduate high school, go to college, get a career, and do real estate on the side till you can make enough money to quit your job. That's what I did. What else?
All right, shout out ES3, shout out Jobby. Hi, Ben, I'm from Scotland. With you having a massive portfolio with millions in lending, what do you do when interest rates significantly increase?
Hi, I mean, love from Scotland. You got what? Massive portfolio.
He said, okay, listen. He basically said, take it off of that. He can't read the bottom, Rafal.
What do you do with interest rates?
So
interest rates do
basically, he's saying with you having a massive portfolio and millions in lending, what do you do when interest rates significantly increase? Because he hears you saying that you go variable. Well, so now the interest rates just increased to half a point.
Even though I'm variable, I'm still borrowing a lot less than everybody else, okay? But everybody is borrowing money based on who they are and what they got, all right? The bank's going to kiss my ass and give me a low rate because they know I'm not a risk. I mean, but interest rates go up. So if you take an adjustable loan,
so what do you do?
You get screwed. That's why I recommend to people that don't have the wherewithal to handle that loss in cash flow and play the market, they fix their rate. If you fix a rate, the bank charges you the same every day, every month, and that's the end of it. But, I'm playing the market. Now, yeah, the Feds are raising rates. Everybody's raising rates. All right, I'm playing out 1% more on hundreds of millions of dollars. Okay, that's millions of dollars more a year I'm paying interest. Why? I can't do shit about it. That's life. But all those years, I was saving money at a low rate. Now I'm still doing better than the market.
Caller.
Nothing's perfect.
Hey, Ben, we got a caller.
We have a caller.
Hey, Ben, what's up? How's it going?
Pretty good. How are you?
Listen, I'm good. I'm all right, actually. I'm from New York, Lower East Side, exactly. Moved out to Brooklyn, Bushwick Avenue. Bought a house.
Lower East Side is a term we use in Manhattan. Brooklyn's the new Manhattan, but you can't start taking Manhattan names from us. Okay? Lower East Side. That's a Manhattan term.
Lower East Side.
Brooklyn now wants to be Manhattan. All right, you're in Brooklyn.
I'm in Brooklyn now, Bushwick.
All right, Bushwick.
No.
You couldn't go in that neighborhood.
Yeah, I'm in Bushwick now.
You'd be dead. But anyway, all right. So
I know,
what's
right?
up, Bushwick?
Full of Italians.
What's up,
hey,
Bushwick?
Listen, so I bought a house, right?
Okay.
2-family. I hope I could go unknown because I'm renting the basement, right? Because I need some extra income. These things are coming too high.
Everybody
so
knows.
I'm using. Yeah.
Everybody
you know how it
rents
goes.
their basement out in New York.
Yeah.
Hey. So this question is for the kids too. You know what I mean? Vincent and my other friend. I just forgot his name, Ben Jr. So I'm having a hard.
All right, what else? So what do you want to do?
Hey, listen. So I got a 2-family home. I bought it for $5-something. If I sell it now, I'm hey, I'm from New York. So it's worth around $1 million now, right? I want to be where you're at. I just bought property in Orlando, and it's a 1-family. I also got that rented out. So now with those 2 property value, I'm only at like around $2 million. I'm trying to go either traditional loan, or should I hire these people that, because I know you talk about, hey, I got good good friends at the bank, right? I know people at the bank. Over here, all we got is Chase. We don't have no little banks out here.
Big shot from Bushwick, Brooklyn. How much do you owe on your $1 million duplex? Is it a real duplex?
No.
Or is it a house with a basement?
No. It's I got it. I converted it into a 3-family.
All right, so fine. You got 3 families. It's called non-conforming. Don't worry.
400,000
in jail. All right, so how much do you owe? It's worth $1 million. How much do you owe?
400,000.
You owe $400,000. You got 600,000 equity. That's a lot of equity you have sitting in that place. Listen, have you rented out the basement yet?
Of course.
All right, great.
When I bought it in 2013.
All right, well then you need to pull some equity out of that thing. I would think. What else you want? Orlando, you got a house. How much equity you got in that?
Yeah.
How much equity you got in that?
300. It's worth 500. I just actually cashed out refinance. So I got money in the bank, not really that much. I only got 100. I don't got that much, Ben. I only got 120, 120K.
I'm just saying it's great.
No, I know.
Bank and you pulled it out without paying the IRS any money for it. All right, so what do you want to do?
Correct.
All right,
so
what do you want to do? What do you want to do?
My goal, Ben, my goal is to be where you're at. I know not in that level right yet, but at least I want to own a lot that has 3 stores that's paying me 3 net, because I don't want. I'd rather deal with that type of tenant than dealing with New York tenants.
You got to find a deal. Figure out how much cash you got to put down on a deal, and then find a deal within your price range. Go get qualified. Put the deal in front of a bank and see how much they'll loan you on it. Listen, it's all about finding a deal. All right, you can even find a 6. Believe it or not, I see 6 caps in New York, but the price is going to be real high. The rent's going to be real high.
Exactly.
But it's a 6 cap.
I can afford that, Ben.
And then go somewhere you can. Go back to Orlando. There's tons of deals in Orlando. Orlando's a booming town, probably in the country right now. So what do you want, Bushwick?
Ben, I work for MTA, Ben. I gotta stay here for 25 years,
train
Ben.
Or bus?
No, I'm a supervisor for the buses.
Buses.
Those knuckleheads.
Oh, yeah, I used to ride.
Yeah.
Listen to this. I bet you didn't even heard of them. I used to ride on the Green Lines buses.
Oh, no way. Yeah, I did.
How I rode on them? I used to hang on to the back of the bus because I didn't have money to get on. And the guy would always pull over and yell at us. It's like in a movie. You see it. It's true. We all used to do that. Hang on to the back of the fucking bus.
Like in Roger Rabbit?
I don't know, but a lot of kids got hurt. I'll tell you that. All right, so what do you want, Bushwick? Take the money you got and go find a deal. It can be anywhere in the country. If it's triple net, it can be anywhere in the country. Go online and find a deal. Figure out how much money you got to spend. Go buy a dollar store.
But if I take out money from my Bushwick house, the mortgage is going to go high.
How much cash
is going to go higher?
How much cash do you have now?
120. I got 120K on the bank.
All right. Well, you probably need a couple of hundred to do a decent triple net. You probably need about 250.
3,200.
Well, you need about 250 grand to be able to do a decent $1 million dollar store or Dunkin' Donuts or something like that. That's going to bring in a decent 6 cap. All right. So you need to figure out how to raise a couple of $100 grand, or you're halfway there, another 120 grand and you're good. So pull the money out of the goddamn Bushwick. How much more is the 100 grand going to cost you? Can you borrow at 4%? 100 grand is going to cost you 150 grand, whatever. 100 grand is going to cost you $4,000 a year, $300 a month in interest.
Hell no, Ben. I'm not you. I won't. I can't get 4% now. I'm looking at 6%.
Well, you're not shopping around.
No, my mortgage. No. My mortgage is now at 3.2.
Who do you bank with?
Freedom Mortgage.
Well,
Freedom Mortgage.
Well, you're not getting much freedom out of them. You need to go find somebody to give you more freedom. Shop around. You got to find banks that have an appetite for what you want to borrow or the type of money you want to loan. There's banks in all levels. Okay, you got banks.
Yeah, but those are
really $1 million loans. You need to find a bank that specializes in mid-level $1 million commercial loans. Valley Bank.
But you know how New York is. You know how New York is. There's nothing but Chase.
You can bank with anybody in the country. I know that, Ben. We have a computer now.
There's no little banks. There's nothing but
credit unions.
Banks.
Credit unions might do it if it's in their neighborhood. Little banks.
Yeah, and they want to raise you.
Well, find a broker. There's mortgage brokers out there that specialize. Go on Google and type in commercial broker. All right. And then go to every brokerage has it. He's laughing. Go call a guy named Robert. Listen to this. Listen, you know what you need to do? If you want to go to have more time, I can give you direct people to talk to. Go to Consult with Ben. I'll give you names of people that you can talk to get you the money. All right, if you qualify, which sounds like you do.
Me.
Go to Consult with Ben. I have to do it. Why? Because you're paying referral. All right.
No, I know that. But pinky promise. And I'll call.
No, you got to go and buy.
Pinky promise.
You got to. You got to go to benmallet.com/shop.
Call me up and I'll get you hooked up.
You know, go to benmallet.com/shop and sign up for one of his Consult with Ben's.
People from Brooklyn just you can't never please.
What do you mean? You're the same thing, and that's why you guys went on for so long because you guys, you know, he knows how to poke you. You poke him.
Man. What do you got?
All right.
They want Benson
shout
back.
out Daniel. Is 5% interest as big as a deal as people make it?
Is 5% interest a big a deal? What does that mean?
Is it like a big deal as people make it?
I mean, you get 5%. An interest rate based on who you are and what you're worth.
You used to borrow at what?
You know, I mean, different banks loan at different rates. If some banks really like a certain type of real estate, they're going to give a better rate than another bank because that's their sweet spot. You know, but get out there and shop around. But getting a loan, you have to shop. Okay, you got to talk to different banks, and today's real easy to do because you got emails, and you just have to get out there and shop for the best loan. 5% is a good rate to some people. To me, it sucks. But I'll tell you one thing.
But when you started,
ago,
yeah, exactly. That was a great rate.
30 years ago, it was a great rate.
Yeah, because if you're just starting, you're paying 10, 12, you know, 10, you're borrowing, then
8,
that's a great fucking rate.
As I got bigger, my interest rate got lower because my risk tolerance got lower.
Not but 5-6 years ago, we were saying 5% was a good rate for us. I mean, it was, let's be honest.
I don't remember. What do you got?
I don't recall.
Shout out Brendan.
I don't recall.
Shout out 621. Should I pay off my car as 20 grand or put it into my mortgage?
You know, either way, I mean, if you pay off the car, I mean, the car's a depreciating asset. You know, if you pay down your mortgage, all right, big deal. 20 grand less mortgage. I don't know if that's going to help you much. You know, it's not going to change your mortgage that much paying your house down 20 grand. I can say that right now. If you can, you really need to pay the car off as quick as you can because that's the type of shit that hurts your credit. You know, whenever they see all that, you got car payments, you got credit card payments.
You don't want retail debt.
All that shit that ain't making no friggin' money. The bank don't want to see that shit because that might take away from the money that you got to pay them. It's common sense. It's all logic. So if I was you, I'd get rid of the car payment and then focus on, you know, real estate.
Right.
And whatever.
We have a last fast pass caller.
A fast pass. To kick your ass.
Vincent's back.
Vincent, what are you doing over there?
They've been calling for Vincent.
Back. Free Vincent. Free Vincent.
Free Vincent. Hashtag free Vincent.
No comment. All right. What's up, caller?
Ben, I got a question for you.
Is this the same fucking guy from Bushwick?
No, I'm calling from Salt Lake City, Utah. Yeah. Hey, I want to know what's your top tip or top advice? Just one, thankfully.
All right. So what's your question? I'm sorry.
What's your top tip? What's your advice for expanding your portfolio beyond to the level that you've gotten? I see a lot of people. I know a lot of people who grow to maybe 3 million, 5 million, 10 million, but hardly anybody seems to be able to go beyond that. What's your insight on that?
Make a couple of kids and put their asses to work.
Basically.
I mean,
free labor. Hashtag free labor.
I mean, listen, you do everything you can. It's all about, I'm going to be honest. I wasn't brilliant. All right. Most of the time. But I mean, I was lucky. I came in a time where there were plenty of deals. A lot of people weren't in real estate like they are now. Everybody and grandma. I mean, I had opportunity. If you can find a deal, do the deal. Okay. That's the way my mind worked. All right. So I took on as much as I can. I borrowed as much as I could. I took all my money, used it as down payments, and kept refinancing and buying more and whatever it took to grow. All right. That's what my goal was from the age of about 23 on. Do everything you can and work every goddamn hour you can, find the next deal and make the next deal happen. And next thing you know, you have a bunch of deals and you're going to be growing. Keep growing.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you so much.
All right. Good luck to you.
Good luck.
Aaron, you got anything? Vincent, you got anything?
Anything? I don't know.
What time's your inspection tomorrow?
It's at Cinco de Mayo.
What time tomorrow?
Cinco in the morning.
It's 9:30 tomorrow. You
Let
worry
me tell you
about?
something about 5 in the morning. Your brother might go to bed at 5 in the morning, but his ass ain't waking up until 5 in the morning. What time tomorrow?
Talking about that, brother?
I was gonna say
Yeah.
I don't know why I
This
was
one gets
so
up.
late.
He gets up
Oh.
at 6 a.m. every day to go to school.
Oh,
What
yeah.
time is the inspection? I might want to come.
Sometimes I am up at 5 in the morning because I don't get home from work till 11.
Because you got to change and feed the baby.
You
That's
got
why
to
you're
change
up.
your baby diaper.
What time's your inspection? Maybe I'll catch a plane and come see you.
No, please, no. My inspection's at 9 o'clock.
I'll be there. Have my breakfast
night.
ready.
Please don't come mess up the deal. Please don't come over there and sabotage my.
Everybody always wants to keep me away. They have inspections. They have this. They have
Because
that.
we don't need you telling everybody, don't worry about that shit. Get over here.
How
Look at
good
this. This is a great fucking deal.
How good your inspection go yesterday, Ben? Little Ben?
Oh, it went great. Beautiful.
That's right.
You didn't want me to go either. What do you got, Aaron? You still here, Aaron?
Yes.
Chewing on a straw.
Is he okay?
Oh, you've been chewing on straws.
No, he's nuts. Just like
You know, you got to watch out. When kids get in high school, they start getting crazy.
And then it gets worse and worse as they get older.
I know.
What
And
do
then
you
the
got,
parents
Aaron?
starts getting cracked.
MC guy,
Chewing on
thank
a
you for the
fucking
$5.
What?
Hey Ben, is $139K for an all-age 2 condo in Palm Beach County a good deal?
139
for a 2-2 condo in
That's
Palm Beach.
crazy.
It
That
depends on
sounds-
the area.
You sure it's not 55 and over?
He said all age.
Well,
all age.
That sounds, if it's in a halfway decent neighborhood, unless you went to the neighborhood he went to the other day, it should be a great deal. I mean, you look at the neighborhood. You've been there. You looked at it.
Look
Even
at the
if it
comps.
needs to be remodeled.
What's wrong with the comps?
What are the other units in the building selling for?
Can you rent
How
it?
much is the association dues? Comp it out with everything else in the building and next door. It's simple. You do that shit. Anybody can do it now online. All right, good luck. But 139 sounds really cheap to me. All right, for a 2-2 in Palm Beach. Vince didn't want to pay 100 something doing that was for shitbox units.
I was going to pay 120 a door for stuff that was about to fall down.
There you go.
I would have to empty out that whole
Yeah, it was
building.
on the water.
All right, Aaron, you got anything else? I want to go eat my mole.
Chicken
Mole.
Damn, you did almost 2 hours today.
No,
Just say thank you to remaining super chats.
Okay, all right. Sorry, guys. We're going to wrap it up, so I'll shout out everybody. Shout out to ES3. Shout out to Abraham. Shout out to Reese. Shout out to Joe, Alejandro, Kevin, One Delish, Harrison Ryan, Daniel Manashi.
All those calls you didn't talk. You didn't read none of those.
This guy's name.
So with Saliso, Drew,
Josh Daniels.
Enveracito, So with Salido, Saul Merritt.
Any big questions there? We still got time for
Quantum.
important questions. Especially they paid some money to Revolve.
Yeah, they asked a bunch of questions,
$20
I
he
don't know,
paid
pick
for a
one.
question. You better read
Yeah,
it.
read it.
Can't do people
Quantum
that way.
Imperfections. Thank you for the. Well, you wanted to wrap
Can you
up.
have a quantum
Thank you for the
imperfection?
$25. When searching for the next hot market in real estate, where do you find the data to make the executive decisions to buy or not buy? Do you use any GIS data science to find unique deals before they jump on the market?
I got to Google that shit.
I don't even
I don't
know
know
what
what
GIS.
GIS.
I'm going to tell you right now. You want to find the next hot market? It's easy to follow.
Homework.
Number one, where are they building? Guys go out, these big shot companies, go to their websites, KB Homes, all these big builders, find out where they're building thousands and thousands of homes at, all right? Because they did the GIS data, sky and schedules and all that. Use their money. They went out and spent millions of dollars probably determining where in the country to build, where they're seeing growth. Follow the builders, okay? If you see it, because what happens when the builders come in, then the retail guys come in and they throw up all these shopping centers. Go where they're building an Amazon center and they're going to employ 1,000 people at or something. Go where the growth is at. If you really want to see growth, find out where everybody's building at and follow them. Orlando's spreading out like wildfire. All those towns, look for a big city, and then look at all the suburban or areas around it. The big cities are getting overfilled. They're going to spill over. That's how you find it. Get out there and look at it. You anybody else pay money for a question? Because I don't like taking people's money for no reason.
You said you wanted to wrap up.
All right, yeah. What else you got? Anything else?
Let's get the...
All right. Nothing else.
They
Very
don't
good.
know how
What's
to
that one
read,
right there?
right?
What's that? Okay, what do you got? Simon Mushalah. What'd you say, Aaron? I can't read.
Have some money from family business and want to invest in real estate on the side in Portland. What kind of property should I start with? Multifamily, small plaza, or something else? Where do I start?
Listen, Portland's a very expensive town, okay? You know, I don't know what you're going to do to make any money in Portland because I've seen the prices there. They're crazy, just like California. So, you know, but if you can find something that's all about the numbers, you know, and if you don't have a lot of time, you can buy a small strip center because even in good, expensive areas, you're going to pay more, but you're going to get more rent. So if you can find a 6 cap and finance it in the 4s, you know, it makes a lot of sense, okay? But, you know, you're in an expensive town. I have an idea. Isn't marijuana legal in Portland, recreational?
I don't know.
I'm telling you, people should be opening up hotels where people that smoke marijuana come there and smoke, have a special ventilation bullshit. I don't know. Or an area where it's legal for them to sit around and recreationally smoke shit. I don't know, for
like a hotel.
21 and over.
Right.
All right. So I don't know. Portland's a strange town, very expensive, but I'm sure you'll find something, you know. But strip centers is the only thing we're doing right now because we're finding strip centers with businesses trying to fill vacant space. And, you know, we got strong tenants there and it's very, very low managed. Even Paulie can manage 20 of them by himself now. What else?
You love picking on Paulie.
I'm picking on him, but I'm telling
I know.
It's better Paulie than me.
Yeah, well, wait till we get your ass back in town. You're going to work for a living for the rest of your life. I can't wait to sell that hotel and have you 2 minutes from my house. Less than that if I go by water. I can do it in 1 minute in my Jeep.
My house will be for sale.
Your ass is going to work. We're going to put you to work, baby.
Lil Ben, you want to buy?
Doing everything. What are you going to do when he gets old? He gets old, you're going to have to step your ass up.
Me a little bit. Like me a little bit.
Step his ass up.
When he gets old, I'm gonna be fucking old too.
Yeah.
When he gets old, I'm gonna be fucking old.
Anything else, Aaron? You good?
Well, Ben, they're gonna keep coming, so we have to wrap it up.
Well, they should. All right. Well, anybody that made a comment,
we appreciate all the super chats for sure.
Hey, did you ever appreciate super chats? Go to benmallow.com/shop. Coconut Consult. Get me on the phone. Let's talk about a deal. Let's make some
Lambo?
money.
You ain't got no Lambo for sale.
Hey, did you look at that deal I sent you? It's a natural spring in Largo.
Oh my God.
A million.
You just knocked over the fucking avocado.
See what you made me do?
You
knocked
fucked
over
up
my
the avocado.
Now we got cigarette butts and ash all over the table.
Oh my God! You flipped the avocado.
Ashtray for anybody who can't see.
Bottle flipped the avocado.
Really
what do you want now? I'm not buying no what?
Ashtray.
A spring, a natural spring.
We're gonna do bottle fucking
put
water.
You in a fucking
yeah.
spring.
Okay.
I'm not buying no fucking you boy. I looked it up. It's over there in this fucked up part of the area. It ain't worth shit.
But we can
Nick,
bottle water.
point.
We can sell water.
Million gallons of fresh spring water comes out of there a day.
Yeah, and they stopped doing it many, many years ago, and you probably can't even get a license to do it. And now you want to go in the water business?
I'm just saying that's a $1 billion possibility.
Okay, why don't you do this? Why don't you just run the tap in your goddamn house and start selling that to people?
You know why these fucking water bottles are so expensive,
Why?
right? It's the advertising. You know why Arizona Tea can still sell a big ass fucking can of tea for 99 cents? Because they don't advertise.
They don't need to. They got a good
Okay,
product.
they don't need to advertise. Their whole thing is 99 cents. So you get a big. I can buy iced tea, more iced tea than I
but
can in
you
water.
Couldn't buy
Okay,
the can, get a factory, get the machinery to make it.
but you don't have to
get the
advertise.
material.
That's the thing. If you don't advertise, you're just a supplier.
If they weren't selling
See, a lot of
millions and
people,
millions of bottles a year,
a lot
they
of
wouldn't
people
be making
bottle
shit.
this shit and then they put somebody else's name on
All
it.
right, Carla, come
You
clean
know?
this up. Vincent knocked it over.
Vincent knocked
Vincent
over the
knocked over
avocado.
my ashtray.
Look, Carla. Vincent
All
knocked
right.
over the
Good
avocado.
luck, everybody. We'll be back next Thursday. Go to Ben Mal, consult with Ben, and adios, amigos.
Save me some mole.
Happy Cinco de Mayo,
Happy Cinco de
señor.
Mayo.